What's happening, YouTube? Jono from Fitness Education Online. Time to drop our latest episode on how to get more clients for your personal training business. If you're new to the channel, the way this show works is every episode I interview a different expert in the space. That expert gives their 3 best tips in less than 10 minutes on how to get clients for your personal training business. I've got an absolute rock star this week. He's the owner and founder of Fitness Enhancement. If you're not aware of Fitness Enhancement, they're the largest mobile personal training franchise in Australia. There's hundreds of trainers that work for them. They service over 2,000 suburbs, and it was all started by this person here back in 1999 with his whole life savings of $400 in his pocket. So without further ado, let me introduce the one and only Mr. Scott Hunt. Scott, what are your 3 best tips?
My first tip is how to get more clients for your mobile personal training business. Now, mobile by nature is often in the client's home or backyard, so it's got some key differences. Now, first of all, before my top 3 tips with that, COVID-19 has actually made it easier to get mobile personal training clients. Whether we like it or not, that's the reality of it. So for us and many other mobile PTs, more people want home delivery of everything, including their personal trainer. So your mobile PT or looking at getting into it, that's a great thing. Now, my top 3 tips, regardless of COVID, number 1 would be to build trust with people. Now, that's important for any personal trainer or any business at all, as we all know. But for mobile PT, it's even more important because you're going into a client's personal home. And you're training them one-on-one typically, particularly if you're a male trainer, training a female client when the husband's at work. That trust is so much more important. I'm sure everyone's as professional as we are, but it doesn't mean that the average person searching for a personal trainer or their partner or family member thinks you're as trustworthy as what we know you probably are. So you have to build your trust like nothing else, even more so than when you're going into a gym and you've got that just, I guess, inferred trust from having that good brand name of a big gym behind you and a public space. So that's
Can we go deeper in that, Scott? Can you give us 2 or 3 tips on how we can build trust?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I think just do what you're going to do. What you say you're going to do is one of the biggest ones. There's no black and white perfect way for it. The biggest ones is do what you say you're going to do. Be a reputable person and look after people. Happy customers talk, but unhappy customers talk even more, don't they? Especially with social media. Tip number 2. Kind of builds on that build trust. It's make sure Google says you are who you are. As it's saying, you are who Google says you are. So if you're not on Google or even on social media, you're a nobody. Google says nothing about you. You're a nobody. That's how people are going to see. Potential clients will quite often Google your name and look up things on you. If nothing shows up on you, it's not fair, I know, but it can look a little bit suspicious if nothing shows up on you. So make sure you actually appear. And then on top of that, make sure the good stuff appears. Make sure you might have your personal social media profile that you do not use for work, and that's fine. You can do that. But make sure that when a potential client Googles you, the things they're seeing about you reinforce who you are as a personal trainer. If it's everything you got up on a Saturday night, that may not be what a client's looking for. Don't put it somewhere publicly where a client could potentially see it. Up to you what you do on a Saturday night, but if you're making it public, you have to realize a client who might be going, it's not my type of guy or girl, might be seeing it. So you might do always great work building trust, and if the wrong thing appears online for you, you're destroying that trust. And one more step with that's within that whole brand. So for us within Fitness Enhancement, we know that if there's one trainer damaging that trust within the entire brand, that can have a negative impact on everyone. So what other people do is outside of your control all the time, but hopefully you've got someone, if you are in a big team, who's overseeing that and making sure everyone honors that standard that you're putting out there to the public.
Yes. Okay. So let's follow up questions on that, Scott. Any tips on how we can get out there on Google? Should we run some Google ads? Do we get some Google reviews? Do we make sure our LinkedIn profile is up to date? What tips can you give us on getting good on Google?
I'll try not to make it too long. That's a long question, but it's never ending. I think Google reviews is a really, really, really important one. So you get your verified Google local place is a really important one. A lot of people don't realize. Get lots and lots of reviews for it. That way too, if you do get that one bad review, which could be you did nothing wrong. It's just a competitor not liking you even. If you've got one review and it's bad, you've got 100% bad reviews. If you've got one bad review and 20 good ones, you've got 95% good reviews. Most people are okay with that. So you can't control some people with bad reviews. Some you can, of course, please control that. But get enough reviews that's going to reinforce that. So that's not only going to make you seem more credible and build more trust, but it's going to make you show a lot more on Google, because Google likes to show the people who show up the most. So don't just stop at Google, go for everything. I guess the good thing and the bad thing about building your profile online is it's infinite what you can do. But just simply do what a client would do. Google your name, see what comes up. If something not so great comes up, do what you can to fix that, and keep building as much as possible. Google personal trainer, whatever is appropriate in your area, and look at what comes up. If you're not coming up looking trustworthy and credible, then work on that. Simple as that. It just takes time and effort.
Okay, love it. Tip number 3, Scott.
So my third tip would be sell the perks to being a mobile personal trainer. The key points of difference to you that you know your competitors in the local gym can't sell. So there's obviously some perks of being in the gym with treadmills and big weights and all those different things you don't have as a mobile trainer. Don't talk about those. In particular, talk about how bad it is that you can't do some things that you'd love to do. We wish we could carry around some, a few 100 kilos of dumbbells into a client's house. We can't. So don't talk about that. Talk about the things that you can do amazing. Sell what you can on that. The big things are the convenience is a really, really big one for people. Most people, as we know, one of the big reasons they fail is they don't have a convenient workout program that fits in with their lifestyle. So that's a huge thing that you can overcome, is just by offering that. It adds to other conveniences, like if they've got kids and they don't want to organise babysitters or whatever. We've even got loads of clients that train at work. They train at home at 5 o'clock in the morning while the kids are still asleep, have their PT session. PT leaves, they wake up the kids, they get ready for school and work, and they go from there. So they're different little perks that you can really offer that literally no one else but a mobile personal trainer can offer. So really drive those ones home. The other one is privacy. So for us, we've got our trademark 100% private slogan that we use, but in general, that privacy is a really big one for people. The wording we use for people, whether it be our private studios or our private mobile training, is our 100% private training is a professional appointment. It should be private. If you go to, I don't know, an accountant, a physio, a doctor, you're not expecting a stranger to be listening in to your private appointment, are you? So why would you expect that with a professional personal training session? It should be private. Now, that's of course not totally true for everyone. A lot of people don't care. That's fine. But it's all about putting that marketing spin on it and really selling that perk that you know you've got that your competitor at the gym doesn't have. So you can offer something that they can't offer. No matter how good they are, we're all going to claim we're the best. But what you can say is we are the most private, or we are the most convenient, because these mobile perks that the nice gym down the road doesn't have that you have.
All right, so that's today's episode. Usual deal, if you liked the video, just hit the like button and comment below. My recommended comment would just be saying thank you to Scott. He's given up his time to help us out, so let's just comment below and say thank you, Scott. If you like this sort of stuff, I recommend joining our community Facebook group. We've got one of the largest Facebook groups in the world for fitness professionals. There's over 14,000 fitness professionals in there. We all share tips and ideas. I'd love to have you in there to join. Simply click below the link in the description there. And I'm going to hand it back over to Scott. Scott, if we want to hear more about you, what do we do?
Yeah, well, if you'd love to be a part of our team, or even if you're just wanting more clients, if you felt a decline in business over COVID, when for our mobile PTs have had an increase in business, we'd love to chat to you about becoming a part of our team. Best thing to do is go to our website, fitnessenhancement.com/PT-career for the trainer options. And you'll see there about the options for working for us, where we just give you all the clients and you just work and train clients. Don't have to worry about any of the other stuff. Or the options, if you're more business-minded inclined, the big business support options we can give you for your small business if we're one big team. Or hit us up on social media. Love to have a chat to you about what we can do for you in the industry.